Want a robot to keep your lonely grandma company? Taco Bell is selling its own custom wine, and a transsexual Satanist Anarchist is now the nominee for county sheriff. These are the weird stories for Thursday on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast hosted by a comedian. I'm Jonesy. Let's do it. It's weird.
Hey, mainstream news. Listen to Weird AF News with Jonesy.
Want a robot to keep your lonely grandma company? Mabel LaRuzic, age 90, lives alone, but not really. He's my baby, she tells the interviewer, holding a puppy up to the camera. Say hello, Lucky. Lucky barks at the camera. Who's a good robot? Lucky barks again, and the sound is convincing, as if it's coming from an actual, real dog. Lucky's got a tail that wags, eyes that open and close, and a head that turns to face you when you talk. Under his synthetic golden fur, he has sensors that respond to your touch and a heartbeat that you can actually feel as well. Mabel, who lives in a rural area outside Albany, is fully aware that her pet is actually a robot. But ever since she got him in March, he's made her feel less lonely, she says. She enjoys watching TV with him, brushing his fur with a little hairbrush, and tucking him in each night in a bed she's made out of a box and a towel. Mabel is not the only one embracing robots these days. Even before COVID-19 came around, robots like these were being introduced in nursing homes and other settings where lonely people are in need of some companionship, especially in aging societies such as Japan, Denmark, and Italy. Now the pandemic has provided the ultimate use case for them. This spring, more than 1,000 seniors, including Mabel, received robotic pets through the Association on Aging in New York, an advocacy organization. Another 375 people received them through the Florida Department of Elder Affairs. Retirement communities and senior services departments in Alabama, Pennsylvania, and several other states have begun buying robots for their older adults. Robots designed to play social roles come in many forms. Some seem like little more than advanced mechanical toys, but they have the added capacity to sense their movement, their environment, and respond appropriately. Many of these mimic cute animals. Dogs and cats are especially popular. They issue comforting little barks and meows. Other robots have more humanoid features and talk to you like a person would. Ellie Q will greet you with a friendly, "Hi, it's a pleasure to meet you," and tell you jokes. Santa will read to you from the Bible and bless you. Pepper will play music and have a full-on dance party with you. Companies have also designed robots to help with the physical tasks of caregiving, of course. You can get Seacom's My Spoon robot to feed you, Sanyo's electric bathtub robot to wash you, and Riken's Reba robot to lift you out of bed and into a chair. These robots have been around for years, and they work surprisingly well. There's even a decent amount of research suggesting that interacting with social robots can improve people's well-being, although the effects vary depending on the individual person, their cultural context, and the type of robot. Yes, these robots are becoming part of our world, part of our lives. This seems to me like a sad use for robots. You know, lonely people, you give them a robot. I mean, they need a hug by a human, man. They need real human companionship. I mean, try as you will with the robot, I don't see how it's going to be an appropriate substitute for real human contact. And it's sad because we have so many seniors that are just alone in nursing homes, and they need real human contact. They need that. I don't know if there are organizations that send people out to go hang out with these people, the older crowd. There should be like a whole agency that goes to these homes, plays pinochle with them, drinks an old fashioned, and gives them a hug. I mean, that's what should happen. All the money you're pouring into these robots, just pay people. There's a lot of people out of work right now. Okay? I'll tell you right now, I'd work part-time if you paid me to go give old people hugs and drink old fashions. I would totally do that. Jonesy, won't you do that for free? No, not during a pandemic. I won't do that for free. Sorry. I don't know. What do you guys think? Call the show, 646-450-2012. Would you ever buy your grandparent, your lonely grandparent, a robot to keep them company? Yay! Taco Bell is now selling its own custom wine, and that seems appropriate, because when I think of Taco Bell, I think of wine. I always bring my wine opener to Taco Bell, don't you guys? The article says there's tons of cheese on Taco Bell's menu, so a wine to pair with that cheese is just a natural next step. No, it's not a natural next step because I hate to break the news to you. That's not real cheese, guys. Not real cheese. I don't know what it is. They call it cheese, but it's not. I'm guessing the wine's not real either. But let's see. Taco Bell is debuting its own custom wine. It's called Jalapeno Noir. Oh no. Jalapeno Noir. Please tell me it's not flavored with jalapenos because that's going to be disgusting. Jalapeno Noir, they say, pairs well with its toasty, cheesy chalupa. Oh, goodness. Well, you're way out of your comfort zone now, Taco Bell. Please, you need to reel it back in. Reel it in. Do not get so ambitious, Taco Bell, to think that you can pair a chalupa with a wine. Absolutely not. You want to pair it with a 32-ounce Hawaiian punch that's going to give you diabetes at the end of the day? No problem. That seems appropriate. You'll be pleased or displeased to know that this tantalizing combination of jalapeno noir and chalupa combination is only available for a limited time in Canada to celebrate the launch of the menu item. Taco Bell Canada said in a release, the duo is irresistible. And they say that the rich taste and crunchy texture of the beloved toasted cheesy chalupa complements notes of wild strawberry, cherry, and beetroot in this silky limited edition red wine. The wine, by the way, is made at an Ontario, Canada vineyard. I love how Taco Bell hired a poet to make somehow the chalupa sound amazing with the wine. Complements the notes of wild strawberry and beetroot in the silky limited wine. Try as hard as you want. There's no way I'm going to order wine from a Taco Bell. It's not happening. Although, I don't know. Let's see what it costs. Let's see what it costs before I make that decision. I mean, I do like cheap wine. The wine, which is being a collector's item because it has 3 unique bottle labels, costs $25 Canadian or $19 US. Goodness. $20 bottle of wine at Taco Bell. Are you out of your mind? Now you've crossed the line, Taco Bell. Okay, it's one thing to offer wine at a Taco Bell. It's another thing to offer a wine that costs 4 times what the meal costs. No. What kind of people do you think eat Taco Bell? Do they not know their customers? I don't think they know the customers. The customers that eat at Taco Bell are the customers that buy the $3 chuck at Trader Joe's. You know what I'm saying? These are your customers, okay? You want to drop the fancy wine, take it down a notch, okay? It should be served in a box, okay? That seems like more Taco Bell's wine speed. But what do I know? Maybe I'm way off on this. Why don't you guys call the show? 646-450-2012. Would you buy a $20 bottle of wine from Taco Bell to eat with a chalupa? Would you? It seems to me like a margarita would be more appropriate. It's Taco Bell, right? I don't know. You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast. Too difficult. No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man. Transsexual Satanist Anarchist is the nominee for county sheriff. How did this happen? New Hampshire, that's how. Keene, New Hampshire. New Hampshire's first trans anarchist, satanic candidate for county sheriff says she's not getting much support from the Republican Party. What a surprise. Could it be the Satanist part of it or the transsexual part of it? Aria DeMezzo is running as a Republican with the campaign slogan, F the police. No. You're not running with the slogan, F the police, are you? And then wondering, why can't I get any support? I mean, my slogan's F the police. Come on. Maybe I ought to turn it down a bit and change my slogan to stick it to the man. DeMezzo is upset. She says she hasn't had any help or support for the county or state GOP. DeMezzo won the Republican nomination for Cheshire County Sheriff after running unopposed in the primary. Yes, of course, I was wondering how. Yes, running unopposed. She's going to square off now with the popular incumbent Democrat Eli Rivera in this corner, who's running for his 5th term. He is not a Satanist. He loves Jesus. Somebody named Marilyn, the county chair, congratulated Aria DiMezzo on her victory. Marilyn consistently referred to DiMezzo as a he during the interview, despite the candidate clearly identifying as female. This is my impression of this Marilyn lady. He did very well with the primary, and that was wonderful. Real wonderful. That's how people in New Hampshire talk, usually. This DiMezzo comes from the Free Keene group of libertarian activists that produced Nobody. Nobody is a gubernatorial candidate that changed his name from Rich Paul to Nobody. DiMezzo also hosts an internet radio show where she is referred to as a she-male. You're, like me, wondering why DiMezzo only ran as a Republican. Marilyn said that she ran as a Republican. It's a she, right? Yes. Ran as a Republican because of problems getting libertarian candidates on the ballot. Marilyn said that DiMezzo never showed up to the GOP meetings, of course, and candidate events, even though she was invited. Here's a quote from her. Aria really came into the Republican Party because he was unable to get onto a libertarian ballot. Keeps referring to her as he. Yeah, I don't even know how many. I mean, libertarian's such a rare ballot to run on. I don't even know if it's available everywhere. And so sometimes I'd imagine you get stuck with choosing just some middle of the road party. And if you're a Satanist, anarchist, trans person, that's probably not going to sit well with the people that normally vote in that party. They're going to be very surprised. And then you're not going to get any support. DiMezzo said she would be willing to be more supportive of the GOP agenda if the party was actually supportive of her. They're clearly not on my side, DiMezzo said. That's unfortunate. There was an effort, apparently, to write Nelson as a candidate after concerns were raised on social media about DiMezzo's gender, religious beliefs, and politics. But that didn't work out. So now you got a Satanist, anarchist, trans person running. This is hilarious. I actually love this, really. If you're wondering how I feel about this, I think it's fabulous that I live in a country where anybody can run for office for just about anything. Well, not any office, but on the local level, yeah, some people can squeak through. Anarchists, Satanists, you name it. Although DiMezzo has been welcome to be a part of the GOP, a lot of people disagree with her positions. Marilyn says, if you look at the social media account and his political statements, they really do not fall in line with the Republican message. First of all, called it his. And secondly, you're surprised that an anarchist, Satanist, political statements don't fall in line with the Republican message? Oh, big surprise. What are DiMezzo's politics? Well, she wants to end the prosecution of drug crimes, sex work, illegal immigration, and anything else that she says do not have an actual victim. That's not bad. She also says, I shouldn't have won this freaking primary. I should have gotten crushed. This is true. You should not have won that primary. Especially sheriff. That position, sheriff. If you were just like a council person, I'd be like, all right, an anarchist Satanist might make it onto a city council, maybe even a school board, but not for sheriff. This is not going to go through. I hate to let you know, DiMezzo, but although it would be funny to have a trans anarchist Satanist as your sheriff. I let all the drug users go. Hey guys, it's Jonesy, and you've reached the end of this episode. I appreciate you for hanging tough. I want to thank those of you who left me reviews, such as Elise, who left me a nice Amazon review. 5 stars, hilarious. Thank you, Jonesy, for sharing these great stories from your closet. I thought your accent for sawed-off hand lady story was spot on. Just saying. Light and hilarious Weird AF News. Best way to start the day. Oh, that's wonderful, Elise. Thank you for leaving that. That's great. I love that little sentence there. Light and hilarious Weird AF News. Best way to start your day. That could be like the slogan, the official slogan of Weird AF News. Appreciate that, Elise. This other review, also on Amazon by CV Rick. 5 stars. Waking up to WTF is an improvement. The first thing I did with Alexa was turn her into an annoying alarm clock that talked back to me. It was better than hitting the snooze 10 times, then swearing at my dog for being late. For the first few months, I was in a bad mood in the mornings. However, every briefing was either some stupid crap about the president or content that wasn't updated, so repeated day after day after day. Then I found Jonesy. I found Jonesy and his weird AF news. Now I have to wake up. Because my brain says, hey, did you hear that? Normally I shake my head in wonder and get up. My faith in humanity already shaky, now in disarray. Much better way to start the day. I might go over to his Patreon and buy him an overpriced frou-frou California coffee concoction. Wow, that was a mouthful. CV Rick. CV Rick, unbelievable with the writing. Wow, so funny. So hilarious. Wow, my fans are funnier than me, man. This is just outstanding, this review. Both of these reviews, by the way. Thank you, Elise and Rick, for making my day with these reviews on Amazon. I so appreciate it. Yes, an overpriced frou-frou California coffee concoction. But Rick, I got to tell you, that's not my thing. I don't like the frou-frou concoctions. I see people at my work come back from Starbucks with these tall, expensive whipped cream topped whatever. I don't even know what they are. They're weird colors. That's not me at all. I'm just like a simple cold brew guy. Just give me a cold brew, man, or a nice coffee. Good to go. Black, no sugar. That's what I like. Oh, baby, I like it raw. I like my coffee raw. That's right. I don't want to taint it with sugar or anything. Thank you guys again for the review. If you guys want to leave me a review on Amazon or iTunes, it's super helpful. Rick mentioned the Patreon, and so I'll mention that as well. If you'd like to support the show, you can join the Patreon. Patreon.com/weirdafnews. And for a couple bucks a month, you can support the show. Buy Jonesy a cup of coffee, as Rick has suggested, or a beer if you'd like, and feel good about supporting a 5-day-a-week weird news podcast, one of the only ones of its kind, I think. Well, certainly the only one that's recorded in a closet, that's for sure. So there's that. Lastly, email me if you have any articles for Florida Friday, which is tomorrow. It's funnyjones@gmail.com, or you can send them to me on Instagram @funnyjones as well. I left the number during the segment, so if any of these stories touched you and you got an opinion and you'd like to leave a message, feel free to call anytime. Okay, guys. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow for, Friday.